Welcome back. I have perhaps for me, the most exciting part of our training today, of our summit, is sharing with you how things have been changing. As you know, all of us have been changing things, and I loved having so many of you in the chat sharing what you're doing. Clearly, there's more than one way to do this. I'm sharing my perspective, and I ask you, what you're doing. Regardless of what you're doing, my question is always, so why are you doing that? Because I want to make sure. What happens a lot of times, and I see this, is we have our picture of what church is supposed to be like, and no matter what's going on, we're trying to make it cram into that old mold that is a mold that might not be serving us, and it might not come back. So how do we make sure that if we're doing a traditional church service, how do we do it in a way that works for the online community? And it may be that the way we do church, it may just change. It may just be different. So if you're doing something, it's sort of out there, or something a little bit different, know why you're doing it the way you're doing it, so that it's not just you're doing it because that's, what else would you do? I think the temptation is like, let's just do what we always do, but let's stream it. It's not the same. Digital church is not the same as doing live church and live streaming it. It's a different experience. And so look at the fabulous thing about the online world, and I've been part of it for a very long time, is that you get feedback in terms of how long people watch, how long people stay, how many people watch. So use that information to see, is this working? And if it's not, don't be afraid to make a change. Don't be afraid to try something else. Try it for a month. Look at your analytics, look at your insights on Facebook, see what's working, and do more of that, and do more of that. And I tell you, even for me now, like what I was telling people 2 months ago, it's like the technology's changed. I'm doing different things now than I was 2 months ago, because now Facebook has Facebook rooms, and now Google has meeting rooms, and this technology is blossoming in front of us. And so we don't want to just like find what's the easy way through. We want to look at what's the best way for us to bring our mission to life. All right, Jane Hyatt says we're back. So welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a fabulous time connecting with other people, sharing and learning from each other. We'd love to hear, post some of your highlights in there. But I want to, in our time before we go into our evening break, I've got about 10 minutes to share with you some very exciting news. Okay, so what do you do when everything changes? You look at what you're doing, you look at your model, you consider, what do I need to stop doing? What do I need to start doing that I wasn't doing before? And what do I need to continue doing? So that has been my process over the course of the past 3 months, is there are things that I've been doing that I need to stop, given this new paradigm. There are things I need to start doing that I wasn't doing before. And there are some things I need to continue, and some of those things I'm continuing in a different way. So I'm going to share with you what that looks like and how it's going to impact our 2020-2021 Spirit Group year. Okay. And you can think about this for your own ministry too. What have you had to stop? What are you going to start? What do you need to continue? Okay. So things we are going to stop doing in 2020 with our fall launch. So, I need Jenna for this one. Cue the kid. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to stop doing the weekly Q&A calls on Facebook. So I have been doing those every Tuesday, I think Tuesday, something like that, to provide support. And usually there's one or two of you there, but we're going to stop doing that. We're going to find a different way to do that. So don't be looking for those Q&A calls from me on Tuesday. We've also stopped, a few months ago, we stopped our Monday calls for Spirit Group leaders. So we're not doing that. We are also going to stop offering our branded merchandise. So we have Spirit Groups t-shirts, we have buttons, and to model all of our fabulous Spirit Groups bling and merch. Here comes Jenna. I know those of you who were here last year, she was my assistant last year at our summit. She's gotten taller. Look how tall she is. She's super tall. So thank you for modeling, Jenna. Here, show us some of the bling that we have here. Just give a little demo here. So we have t-shirts, Spirit Group t-shirts. The kids t-shirts we are sold out of. We have new host buttons. We have Spirit Group, I love Spirit Group buttons. We have leadership buttons. These are great identifiers. We have t-shirts. We've got, what else? Spirit Group pens. We have training manuals. Yeah, model that. Training manuals. We have facilitator manuals for you. I have a stock of these, and we are not going to replenish them. Glenda says hi to Jenna. So we are not going to be replenishing our merchandise. Thank you so much. That was a fabulous job. She's wonderful. I know you miss her from last year. She was our helper last year. So we are not going to be reordering merchandise. If there's any merch that you would like, our goal is to sell what we have. And then we have actually liquidated our office and are bringing everything home. So once it's gone, it is gone. And of course, you as a licensed active Spirit Group ministry, you have access to the logo. And I know you can make your own things as well. If your ministry is feeling called like, hey, I want to bring this to the movement, contact me. If you've got, who this would be perfect for is a church that has a bookstore that you also provide shipping with. So if your bookstore, you have an active bookstore and you provide shipping and mailing, then this might be something you want to take on. So contact me if you'd like to license and do that. But other than that, if you want to purchase what I have, contact Sean. You can, that's the best way. Sean at MendhiAudlin.com. He's going to put that into the chat so you can reach out to him, order what you want. We do have t-shirts, we have pens, we have training manuals, and we have buttons is the main thing that we have. So place your orders. We're going to stop providing that service. In fact, we are taking everything digital. So we won't be sending mail outs of any kind. Anything that you're going to need, you're going to be able to get online and or to order through Amazon. So that's what we're going to stop doing. The manuals are available through Amazon. And so that's where we'll be directing you to get those in the future. It's not like the manuals are going away, but you won't be able to order them from us. You'll be ordering them directly from Amazon. Okay, so that's what we're going to stop doing. Now, here's what we're going to continue doing, although some of these things we're going to continue differently. We are going to continue offering our Group Vitals small group database system. It's basically a way of managing your groups online. And we are going to put out the call again to really encourage everyone to use this. So you heard Stacy and Karen and Michael talk about our collaborative relationship. Unity of Houston is actually going to take the lead on Group Vitals. I am going to stop managing Group Vitals, but it is going to continue because they are going to take that piece on. So when we launch our fall season, you'll be hearing more from them. There won't be anything for you to do if you're already using it. It'll just transfer over. But they'll be sharing information about how they're going to structure it and how to get support for that. So no, Group Vitals is continuing. It's going to be better, stronger than ever because it has the support of the team at Unity of Houston. And I am so grateful for them for that. Okay. The launch training program. So that came out. It is now an automated online course. It is still available. It'll be available in the fall. Sign up in July. It starts in August. If you are a returning church, I encourage you to go through the launch training again and again. Most likely on your first year, you didn't make it all the way through because it is rich and it's a lot to apply it all in a year. And even if you do, you'll get it at a deeper level if you go through it again. So launch training is still going to be available. We will continue our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/SpiritGroups. That is my page where you'll be able to just see general announcements, things like this summit. We have a Facebook group, which is facebook.com. Let me see if I can type this in. Can you type this in, Sean? Facebook.com/groups/SpiritGroups. This is a group that we've had for years, and it's a way for group leaders and group members to connect, to support each other. And it's a fabulous way to share your ideas around books that you're using, service projects you're doing, all those types of things. It is a hub for what's happening in your spirit groups. And it's open to anyone who wants to join. As long as it's not getting abused, you get to stay in that group. That being said, it is not a place to post your Sunday talks. It's not a place to post announcements about what's happening at your church or special events. If you do that, you will get blocked. And if you do that enough, you'll get bumped. So it is a group simply to discuss what you're doing in your spirit groups and how we can support each other. Thank you, Sean. The other group we have, and he's going to type this one in too, is facebook.com/groups/SpiritGroup-training. Now, this is a new URL. This used to be our Spirit Group support, which is for ministers and program leaders. This is going to be a hub where not only we're having conversation and you're supporting each other, creating a collaborative community around how do we implement this, but it's also, we're going to put our launch training into the Facebook units so that you have access to all the training, all the resources, and the whole community in one place. So we will be moving our curriculum over into this private Facebook group. All right. That is facebook.com/groups/SpiritGroup training. All right. What are we going to start doing? I'm going to start doing a monthly Q&A call. So instead of the weeklies on Facebook, we're going to do a monthly call for leadership, for ministers and program leaders. What are we going to start doing? Now, this is what you're going to love. Are you ready? So here's where my heart is. And when COVID came around, and I knew this is the structure that we need. And not everybody has been able to see the vision of it, and not everybody has had the resources to jump on board. But what I know is that the future of our movement requires us to put in some structure that allows us to create this collaboration and this connection. Just like Michael said, it's not enough to have a great message. We have to have a great message, but we also have to build that community and that structure that supports that message. So here's what we're doing. And I can't guarantee this will last forever. This is what we're going to do for 2020, 2021. We are going to be offering the Spirit Group launch training to any ministry that makes a commitment to a monthly pledge. So we have a new site, and Sean's going to put this link in as well. It's at www.patreon.com/spiritgroups. So instead of an annual licensing renewal, for those of you returning, and instead of signing up for the launch training and then renewing every year, here's what we're doing. We are asking you to prayerfully consider the resources you have available, the significance of small groups for your ministry, and just the consciousness, the prosperity consciousness that flows through you. We are asking you to consider that, and for your ministry to make a pledge that will be a monthly contribution. And for those who make a monthly contribution in an amount that is reflective of, the resources of your church and the impact of your small groups, we will give you access to our Facebook group, which will then give you access to our training. We will also have our curriculum available to our contributors. So for as long as your ministry is making a monthly contribution, you choose the amount that reflects where your ministry is. That's how you stay active going forward in 2020, 2021. So there is absolutely no barrier to entry. What this means is we are really calling upon each of you to look at, what are we able to give into this? The intent and the vision is, let's bring our movement together and do it through this infrastructure of connection so that people can go to Group Vitals and they can find groups all over the country and all over the world where they can get plugged in and get the support that they need. I felt it when COVID hit, and I felt it even more with the protests that are happening in our country now. We need to bring people together. We need to have authentic conversation. We need a safe place where people can talk and process the changes that are happening in the world. And there, in my opinion, is no better way to do it than through spirit groups. And they feed your ministry. They allow you to bring that mission to life in a way that just doing your message, that you can't do it on its own. It takes all of us coming together. So that is the big news for 2020, is that we're going to be just letting everybody just come make a contribution. And then we'll be encouraging you to choose a level that best fits your resources. And I won't go into all the levels right now. You'll see that when you go to the website, but I encourage you to think about that. And that will be in effect for our 2020 fall season. So I'm very, very excited about that. Other things we're going to start. I know we're running a little bit over, but I just want to get all these good things in. Let's see. I think I got all these. In addition to having the curriculum available for those who give and having the training available through our Facebook group, I will also be launching in 2020, 2021, an invitation for those of you who are active and licensed We piloted our first Ministers Mastermind in January, and it was phenomenal. So I'm going to open that up to all of our Spirit Group licensed ministers. Basically, it's a all-inclusive package. I'll share details with you once we're able to get together again. But we had a group of ministers come to Colorado and spend a couple days together. Jane was there. Jane, you can talk about it. Karen Tudor was there. She can talk about it. It was an amazing, Jane Simmons was there. She can talk about it this evening. It was an amazing experience, and we got so much out of it that we're going to continue doing that and making that available to all of our Spirit Group licensed ministers. Okay. What this means, Jane says, yes, it was. Did I say the contribution includes Group Vitals? Group Vitals will be managed through Unity of Houston. So I don't know exactly how they're going to do it. They're trying to figure out, there is a significant cost that's involved in hosting those groups. So they're going to figure out how they want to do it. And we'll get that information to you in the fall. So that is not included in the Patreon. That is going to be managed through Unity of Houston. Here's what we need from you to make this work. Are you ready? All right, jot these down, friends. First of all, we need you to engage. We need you to, this is a collaborative platform, and it does not work any other way. So if we can't pull together and make this collaborative, it's like, I love that we can offer this now. It's going to be up to us collectively to see how we can continue this and how we can support it to grow. So that means post your pictures on our Facebook group. Encourage your group leaders to do the same thing. Look at what percentage of your group leaders now are on that Facebook group. You can invite them. You can go to our Facebook group and you can literally put in the email addresses of all your Spirit Group leaders, invite them and let them know that that is not just a resource for them, but that part of what they do as a Spirit Group leader is they are serving the whole movement when they post to that group. So engage in that. Engage in our Facebook training hub. If you're a minister or a program leader, that is the place where we're going to be asking questions. And that way it's not me answering all the questions. You can answer questions with and for each other. Next is that use the Group Vitals. If you're not using it, as Glenda said, use it. It's a powerful tool. Stacey can tell you about it. Unity of Houston has an entire database system. They don't use that for their small groups. They use Group Vitals because it's a great system for it. Finally, fourth, tell people. So as we launch this, please share it with your colleagues. Let them know what it's done for you and what you see as the vision for what it can do for all of us. And then finally, fifth, give as generously as you can and in proportion to the impact that groups are having in your ministries. You know this. This is what we teach our congregants, is to give from your consciousness of abundance, to give as you have received, and to know that you're paying it forward to bring an incredible mission of inspiring infinite connections. You're bringing that to the world. Okay, so the question about curriculum, will there be new curriculum? Well, that's up to you as well. So the curriculum structure is going to change a little bit. It depends on how much people are donating. Creating a new curriculum series is about a $10,000 project. So if people want their church to sponsor a curriculum series, then I'll bring it out to Colorado and we'll create something. We have a giving level that is a monthly giving level, that if your church is able to give at that level, then again, you'll be one of our curriculum partners. Bringing out to Colorado, we'll create some curriculum. It's a funding issue. So we really are, we've had one series in the past year, and that is simply because that's the resources we've had available. So, Janet, thank you for leading our global family. That we are a global family, and it requires us to, I know it's difficult when there's so much going on and we're feeling stretched just to maintain our own community. But the reason we feel so stretched is because we're not tapping into the collaborative. When we work together and we collaborate, we can do more together than we can on our own. And when we get stressed out and we get overwhelmed, we tend to want to try to, handle what's in front of us rather than to reach out. So that is what is changing. You will see me. I'm doing some other things as well. I have my book, What If It All Goes Right? We do have a Spirit Group curriculum for that, but you're going to see me bringing that out, essentially the Spirit Group structure, bringing it out to a secular audience. If you want information about that, reach out to Sean. That is separate from Spirit Groups. It is licensed differently, but you'll see me, if you're on Facebook, you may see me promoting some of those things as well. Okay, evening announcements as we break into the evening session. First of all, thank you so much. What an amazing day to have so many of you who've stuck with us for this day and are supporting and sharing and learning. Very, very exciting.